My name is Mr. Kelly, and I am the administrator for a program known as Fundamental Music Instruction. We have a program here at your school, and we will be offering instrumental music classes to anybody and everybody who is interested in learning to play a musical instrument. So what we're going to do today is introduce all of the different instruments that are available to you. And as you can see, I'm kind of buried in a whole slew of different instruments, and they are all available for you to learn to play. So in this video, you're going to be introduced to the woodwind family of instruments. That's that flute back there and the clarinet and this saxophone. And then you'll hear a couple of the members of the brass family, that trombone that's standing up right there, and this trumpet. But then you'll hear some other instruments that are not normally part of the traditional band program, but we offer them here at your school, and we will also have you as part of our ensemble. You'll hear the guitar, the piano, and the violin. You'll also hear the drum. You'll hear a snare drum to start, because that's where all percussionists begin their studies. We'll begin with the snare drum, but you'll learn how that snare drum can be used as a full drum set. You can learn all of the techniques you need, and then you can branch out as you learn on other instruments of the percussion family. So this is going to be a presentation given by the Army Field Band for the woodwind and the brass. I have a clip of friends of mine who had just gotten done playing at Carnegie Hall, and this was a little clip of just a practice session they were having in their apartment. Then you will hear somebody play the piano, and then a short presentation of the violin. So enjoy.
Hello, I'm Sergeant First Class Lauren Curran. This is the United States Army Field Band instrument demonstration video. Today we are going to demonstrate the standard wind and percussion instruments used in the concert band. We'll start with the flute.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Pam Daniels, and this is a flute. The flute is one of the highest pitched instruments in the band. While it is a woodwind instrument, flutes are usually made of metal. This one is made of gold and silver. The sound is created by blowing across a small hole in the head joint here and pressing down these keys to change the notes. In a band, flutes often sit in the front and get to play many different styles of music, from beautiful, slow, lyrical melodies like you just heard to fast, technical showpieces like this. And that's the flute.
I'm Staff Sergeant Joel Clanky, and this is the clarinet. The clarinet also uses a reed, but unlike the oboe's reed, it doesn't actually make any sound by itself. But when you attach it to the mouthpiece and put the mouthpiece on the instrument, it sounds like this. The clarinet is known for its warm, rich tone color, and it's also known for its ability to play extremely softly. Another thing that makes the clarinet special is that many composers wrote some of their greatest music for the clarinet. So if you play this instrument, you'll get to play some amazing music that's really fun to play. And that's the clarinet.
Hi everyone, I'm Sergeant First Class Brian Sakawa, and this is the saxophone. The saxophone was invented by Belgian instrument maker Adolphe Sax to combine the power of the brass with the agility of the woodwinds. I think the saxophone is one of the coolest instruments, and I actually started playing it in 4th grade because I had a friend who was taking private saxophone lessons, and he was like the coolest guy in the world. So I had to be like him. Other than being really cool, one of my favorite things about the saxophone is its beautiful tone. Now, the other thing I love about the saxophone is its versatility. I can play in any type of band: a concert band, a marching band, an orchestra, a rock band, and of course, a jazz band.
Hello, I am Staff Sergeant Kevin Paul, and this is the trumpet. The trumpet is a member of the brass family. Like all brass instruments, the trumpet uses a mouthpiece, and you play the trumpet by buzzing your lips into it. When you put the mouthpiece into the trumpet, it sounds like this. The trumpet is known for playing bugle calls and fanfares. And also for its powerful, heroic character. Another thing that makes the trumpet great is its versatility. It can play soft and lyrical passages.
Hello, I'm Master Sergeant Aaron Cattermas, and this is the trombone. It has a cup-shaped mouthpiece, just like all the other brass instruments, and it sounds like this. When you put the mouthpiece back in the horn, the trombone sounds like this. The biggest difference between the trombone and all the other instruments is the slide. Everyone else has to push some kind of button to change the pitches, while the trombone player moves the slide in and out. When a trumpet player, for instance, pushes down on one of his or her valves, the length of the trumpet changes because the valves are routing air through longer or shorter tubes. The trombone slide literally makes the horn longer or shorter, and you can actually see it happening. Here's a funny little tune that demonstrates the slide very well. Another way to change notes on brass instruments is by making the lips buzz faster or slower, which is done mostly by changing airspeed and embouchure. By changing how fast your lips buzz, you can play many different notes on the same fingering, or in my case, in the same slide position. Since brass instruments are well suited to playing loud, exciting music, I'll end with something you just might recognize. And that's the trombone.
I'm Staff Sergeant Andy Emmerich, and this is the snare drum. The snare drum is one of the primary non-pitched instruments of the percussion family. It's a type of membranophone, meaning you strike a membrane or a drum head to create the sound. The snare drum has two heads and a set of snares on the bottom. So here's the top head, the bottom, and the snares run along the bottom head to create the characteristic sound. Although we don't play pitched notes on the snare drum like other instruments, we can use rolls, ornaments, and dynamics to create musical phrases.
So that was the Army Field Band, and the last piece that they played for you all together was from John Philip Sousa, his famous Stars and Stripes. So up next is the guitar, and then the piano, and the violin. a word about the violin is it's actually a member of many different string instruments for orchestra. So we are showing you the violin, but you are also able to play larger violin instruments, which would be called the viola, the cello, and the bass. So some of the things that you'll get to do once you have learned to play a little bit is you'll participate in a concert that is given here at school. Many schools have the opportunity to have several concerts. So you'll be given at least the chance to be in one and most likely two. But then some students who are able to practice often enough and just really put in the time to become on a more advanced level, we will invite you to be in a special program that we call our Honor Band. And that Honor Band goes to some special places to play. We've been to Dorney Park. We've been to Hershey Park. We have been to Washington, D.C. We have even traveled down to Disney World to play. Our honor program has participated in concerts that you've just seen pictures of, but we've also participated in music festivals, which we go and we play our program in front of a panel of judges, and they give us a grade based on how we do. They base it on a standard for playing in a school concert from across the country. And on that standard, they will award superior, excellent, good, or fair. I'm very proud to say, out of all of the times we have gone 27 times, and we have gotten 27 superior ratings. So something that we're doing is pleasing to our judges, so we're going to offer that now to you. So if this is something that is enjoyable for you, and you were able to listen to something in there that speaks to you, like some people really like that high pitch of the flute, but some people like that deeper sound of the trombone. Some people enjoy that timbre, that tone quality of the clarinet, or the jazzy sound of the saxophone, or the bright sound of the trumpet. You may just enjoy playing guitar, or maybe you've already begun a study of piano and you want to continue that, or you enjoy the orchestral sound of the violin. Whatever speaks to you, that's what we'll invite you to try to play. When I say try to play, that means that you can come to a class and you can listen more closely to your band teacher, give a little bit more insight into what it's like to play the instrument that maybe you're interested in. And then when you are settled on what you'd like to do and you have an instrument of your own, we'll certainly get you started in learning to play it. So there's plenty of information available to you. You're going to be sent home with a little booklet that tells you about the course offerings that we have. And there's a website available to you so that you can see how to get an instrument, how to contact me if you have some questions, or I should say if your parents have some questions, or they just need a little advice on how to get started. But classes will start even before you have an instrument of your own, because your teacher will bring these instruments to class and will give you more insight on how to play them. So I hope that helps. The website is fundamentalmusicinstruction.com. And all you have to do is spell that all as one word, Fundamental Music Instruction. I have a truly wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing so many of you at our first class.